do, I have my books. I just reach over there. And one of the things I always do, when I get through with one, I move that out of the way. I'm always focusing on the one thing at hand. Now, the purpose of this book, three purposes. Now, let's see if I hit my, or the objective. Educate. That's not really the primary, but that's one of them. Set expectations and establish why binaural. That's the reason really with this book. Now, by using this right here, you establish, you're using two senses. You're using the eyes and the ears both. So this is why you use the book, okay? All right, let's take a look right here. Now, as I want to show you how the system works, your hearing system works or doesn't work, okay? So here's what happens. The sound is collected by the ear, okay? That's called a pinna. It just funnels the sound down the canal here, and then the sound strikes the eardrum, okay? And it absorbs that sound, okay? Sends it into the middle ear. In there you have the hammer, anvil, stroke. These three bones increases the intensity of that sound, pushes it through the oval window into the inner ear, all right? Now, when these sound waves strikes the fluid that's in there, it creates ripples, okay? And these ripples goes on to something called a cochlea. Now, the cochlea, that's your hearing nerve center. This is, the next thing is really awesome. The size of the cochlea is about the size of a large aspirin. Inside there, 30, 40, maybe even 50,000 microscopic nerve endings. Okay, just imagine, this is 50,000 hearing nerves. Here comes those ripples. They move, okay? Creates an electrical impulse. So let's go back to your test over here just a minute. Now, your right ear, the accuracy was 30%. The left ear, 30%, like it did right here. So that's every day. That's what's been going to the brain. It's only been an accuracy of 30%. All right, now let's put hearing aids in. Now, we change everything. All right, now, one of the things we're going to look at here is, I'll tell you right now, I will never give you normal understanding. I can give you normal hearing. I'll explain what that means. All right, look right down here. You've got a couple scores down in here. But if all of your scores were down here, and they're not, don't worry about that. If they were all down here, this is in the profound area. Another name for that is legally deaf. I can put a hearing aid on you with this, be loud enough that I could bring it all the way up, and I could give you normal hearing. What does it say right here? Zero. Zero means zero understanding. Normal hearing, zero understanding. Okay? If all your scores in here, you only get 35% accuracy. In here, 70% accuracy. In here, 85% accuracy. This is with hearing aids. Okay? So, what did you get? 70%. If you look at this and if you average all of this out, your clinical scores were about 70%. What were your scores here? 70%. Okay? I would love to give you normal hearing and understanding. That's impossible. The damage that has been done to those hearing nerves can never be corrected. Your hearing right now is the best that it will be for the rest of your life. It will be worse a year from now and a year from that, okay? I just wanted to explain this to you so you don't think that, you're going to have hearing like you did when you were 16 years old, okay? So that's out. Now, all right, once this impulse is created, whatever it is, now it's forward to the brain. From the right cochlea to the left brain, left cochlea to the right brain, okay? And then, very important, it comes together. It's called binaural summation, the sum of two. Okay, so what does that mean? That means both sides of the brain are putting all this information together and multiplying. That's only the first of 7 different reasons why you need hearing help on both sides. Here's some of the other ones. Auditory intelligence and binaural summation, that's the same thing. That's just big words there. Well, let's talk to you about another one. This is what we found. If you try to wear just one hearing aid and you need two, you always have to turn it louder, anywhere from 10 to 12 decibels louder. That's not good for what the nerves are left, is it? Okay? Plus, it's going to increase how well you hear at a distance, and that's going to make it too much background sound, okay? So that's not good. Your depth perception. What if one ear is hearing something 50 feet away, another ear is hearing it 100 feet away? So how far away is it? You lose that, okay? It needs to be balanced there. Sound direction. Now, when we say sound direction, that's, 360 degrees all the way. If you have a hearing aid only in one ear, you need two, everything is going to be coming from that side, but you can't tell if it's high or low, okay? But if you put hearing aids in both ears and the balance is, you will be able to tell now whether it's up, down, right, left, or behind you. You've got 360 degrees. You lose that when you only have one hearing aid in it. You need two. Socially inept, and that can be an ugly word there, socially inept. Let me explain what that means. Say someone is sitting beside you, hearing aids in the right side, there's somebody over here, no hearing aid here, somebody over here, and they're talking. Because that ear is really getting lazy, because you're hearing everything out of this ear, they may be talking and you'll start talking right over the top of them. Now, as far as they're concerned, you're just rude. But when in reality, all it was, you didn't really perceive that they were talking. That makes sense?
I guess.
Okay? Improved speech and noise. Okay? This is probably one of the most important features of having two hearing aids in at the same time. I promise you, if you're wearing one hearing aid and you go into like a noisy restaurant and you need to, you might as well take it off and put it in your pocket because it's not going to do any good. Okay? It's super important in a noisy situation. Remember a while ago we took a trip to Ray's restaurant? Remember how noisy it was? I mean, it was really loud, but you could understand. Okay? And of course, the overall sound quality. When you go from a stereo with two speakers versus one, what a difference in quality there. Now, maybe I didn't paint a pretty picture for you, but what I want to do is one that is very realistic. Okay? You need two hearing aids. Is there any questions about whether or not you need two hearing aids?
I don't think so anymore.
Okay, all righty. So let's move on to the next step now. Okay? That is